right, all right. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah for another day, another opportunity to get it right. Man, if you're blessed by the best, it's enough to give praises. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Phone fell down. Get it right. This ain't back right. Ain't back right. All right. Wow, yeah. So, it's a great opportunity that we're blessed with to give thanks to the Most High. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. I'm well. You know, just want to come in and give an update, speak a little bit about the thumbnail for all these truck drivers out here. And I know there's a lot of things that's going on in the trucking world, so just want to elaborate a little bit on that, my Renaissance. And I know I've been away from YouTube streets for a minute, so I definitely want to come in and show my face, let everybody know that I'm well. I have embarked on a new adventure, so I will bring y'all some more update here later on what I have planned, what I have going on. Just wanted to drop in for a brief second to share some information that I have came across and want to bring a lot of truck drivers. I know new as well as old truck drivers new to my channel. Let me see. Yes, I was asking about you. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I've been trying to take care of some things on my Renaissance. You know, trying to get back on the land and get some things taken care of out there on the Kichitai Ranch. And also embarking on this new adventure that I'm on. Ruben, what's going on, Ruben? How are you? How you doing? You know, hey, those coming to the room, if y'all be so kind and hit that like button for me, I really appreciate that. And I thank all of y'all that's coming in to the forum, showing some love, sticking y'all's head in, saying hello. You know, and I appreciate that. Salute to all of y'all. But as y'all see for the thumbnail, I'm gonna touch on that here in a minute. Just bear with me. You know, I know I've been away for a minute, but like I was saying, that I've been trying to get things prepared on the Kichitai Ranch. For those who don't know, you know, that's my home away from home. You know, so yeah, you know, and it's a mission. It's a lot that goes in for those who know, those that's homesteading, those that's living off grid, those that's trying to move, you know, try to multitask when it comes to a lot of things. So it's been challenging, it's been difficult, but yet, you know, it's been fun in the process, and I've learned a lot, and I want to share that with y'all as well. But I'm just trying to get things in order. You know, I'm trying to get things in order, get things lined up. So that's why I just stepped away for a minute. To clear my head, get my thoughts together, get things in order. But yeah, I thank y'all for those who checked in on me, you know, who asked about me. I appreciate all of y'all, you know, but I'm well. You know, all praise be to the Most High. Yeah, so with that said, you know, thank y'all for stopping in and checking me out. Let me see, see what's going on here in this chat. Sohel Faisal said hi. How you doing? Sohel, I don't know if I'm chopping that up or not, but forgive me. Ruben, you loons, bananas. All right. there. So hell, where are you from? I'm from the U.S. Where you from? 1, 2, 3. Say hi. How you doing? How you doing, Chiretto? Let's see. Yeah, what you doing? Glad you're well. Best wishes on your new endeavors. Hey, I appreciate that, my Renaissance. I really do. Yes, ma'am. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing, my Renaissance? You know, like I said, I've been away from the YouTube for a minute. You know, I just I just basically go in there and just go in there and just come off of it. You know, there's nothing really particular I go in there for, unless I may be looking up something or something like that. But other than that, you know, forgive me, my family, you know, I mean, friends, associates, you know, all of that, you know, YouTube family, for me not being a little more diligent, you know, by coming on there and you know, checking y'all out or whatnot. I gotta get better. I gotta get better at a lot of things. So y'all keep my so don't, you know, please forgive me for that. But it's my Renaissance. I'm well, thank you. All right, I'm glad you're well, my Renaissance. Hey, I'm still glad you coming in and checking me out. I gotta go over there and check out. I know I missed a lot on your channel as well as others. You know, a lot of my mods' channels as well. You know, so I gotta go. I got a lot of catch up to do. You know what I mean? I got a lot of catching up to do. So I will get to it. I will come over there, you know, give some thumbs up, show some love, leave some messages in the chat, you know what I mean, stuff like that, you know, in which, you know, I suggest a lot of y'all do that, you know what I mean, those channels that y'all like, you know, when you come into the room or something, just, hey, just throw a love, a heart, flowers, I accept it all, I don't discriminate, you know what I mean, so just throw a heart, some, you know, of some flowers, 100s, something up in there, leave a message. You know, hey, you know what I mean? Say, hey, I'm gone. I was just coming in, checking you out, showing some love, showing some support. That's all I do. You know what I mean? That's all I do. You know, and every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Don't just come in and being all in the bushes and don't say nothing. You know what I mean? But come in and show a little bit of love. You know what I mean? For those that's on here, you know, show a little love. You know what I mean? You know, it don't cost nothing. It don't cost nothing to push that button. You know what I mean? Put the thumbs up. Tap the screen 2 times. Boom, boom. Try it out. Tap it 2 times and see what it do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know y'all wondering about my thumbnail. So this is really directed at to my truck drivers. You know, I have a lot of subscribers that's truck drivers. You know, I know a lot of associates. I've been in the game for 25 years, over 25 years, out here on these highways and byways. You know, and a lot of things have changed since I came in the game in what was it, early 2000s. You know, so a lot of things has changed. There's not a lot of new drivers that enter the field, you know, as well, and a lot of y'all don't know what's going on. You know, but yet if you do know what's going on, then I salute you. You know, stand up on the news. So as we know, there's a lot of T-wars. I had to say it like that because I don't know, you know, how YouTube take to certain things, you know, but y'all know what I'm talking about if you paying attention. You know, read between the lines. There's a lot of T-wars going on out here, and a lot of freight. You know, right now I drove a lot of freight, you know, a lot of outfits, meaning the tractor and the trailer, whether it's a van trailer, a reefer trailer, step deck, you know, trailer, doubles, triple trailers, you know, I've done it all, really. I've done it all. I've been out here for a minute. So my whole thing, I wanted to venture off into different vineyards, you know what I mean? So, saying that, I want to get too far into that. So, you know, there's something in which the current president, I'm gonna say it like that, has made it to where English is #1, right? English is #1. So I think it's the Sean Duffy, who over the FMCHA, or you know. So if he's not, then y'all correct me. You know, so Trump, as well as Sean Duffy, has made it like mandatory, you know, to where you have to speak English. You have to speak English. You know, and if you don't speak English, then you could be fined, put in jail, or both. Whatever company that you're with, the company going to lose their truck, because they talking about even impounding the truck. No, stick with me. I'm going to get to the thumbnail. I'm working my way up to that. Like I said, I'm not going to be out here long. Y'all just bear with me for a second. You know, so they talking about even impounding your truck. So what company actually want their truck impounded? So there's a lot of companies, and I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know. I'm not monetized and none of that stuff. So hey, you catch it now. You catch it now. At least you'll be able to hear it. Why it's still up. They may flag me for it, but hey, I'm just gonna give it to you in the raw, because I don't like speaking in codes. I don't like trying to do it. I'm not good at that. I'm good at it, but I'm not good at it. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to catch it in the raw. So there's a lot of companies out here that some of them legit, some of them are not legit. A lot of these companies, like out of Chicago, there's a lot of people from other countries, that don't have good intentions. Their whole intentions is let's see, my Renaissance. Okay, I'm glad you're well, my Renaissance. I'm glad you're well. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad you're well. I'm okay, Chirito. I'm in the Philippines. Philippines in the building. Philippines in the building. Hey man, thank you for stopping in and checking me out, Chirito. Hey, if y'all haven't subscribed, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. On your way out the door, be so kind. You know what I mean? And hit that screen for me 2 times for me. I appreciate y'all in advance. But those that's hanging in with me, hey, I appreciate y'all for hanging in with me as well. I'm a little rusty around the edges, but I'm gonna get it back. I haven't been on here put a video up probably about a couple months or so. I put one up yesterday, but it was just like really a test. You know what I mean? To see how, I guess, work my way back in. Test the waters out. So anyway, there's a lot of companies that's like in Chicago. I had to say Chicago because majority of jobs that I've had over the last, I think, 10, 15 years, a lot of these companies are based out of Illinois. I ain't gonna say just Chicago. I'm gonna say Illinois. And a lot of them are not from this country. And no disrespect. I'm not biased. I'm not racist. None of that. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And you're right, you're right. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, a lot of these companies, they hire people because a lot of people come to the countries, they domicile, they got work visas, some of them, they have makeshift CDLs, they have falsified paperwork, things of that nature, and on top of it all, they cannot drive. They cannot drive. They driving down the road like this. They got the foot up like this and driving like this. Come on now. You see that all the time with, bare feet, talking on the phone, laughing and giggling, swerving, stuff like that. I don't know where they got their license from. But see, here's the thing. And now, for those that's my subscribers, those that's, that's in the tribe, I want to, give y'all a heads up. Tenfold Ray, what up, y'all? What's good, Ray? What's good, Ray? Tenfold crew coming in the building. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Ray. So just talking about what's going on out here, Ray. As far as these truck drivers, out here, and what the former administration, and Sean Duffy are cracking down on a lot of these trucking companies. A lot of truck drivers out here that don't speak fluent English, and it's a reason for that, because you see a lot of drivers that cannot read the signs. They go by, a lot of the people that can't understand English, they go on the GPS, where the GPS tell them to turn. It could be a one with no truck enters. They don't know what no truck enter sign look like. They just go GPS, left, right, straight. They're looking at the 145, 95 east, 85 west, 80, 40, 30. They just going on that. And if the detour come up on the GPS, then they'll turn. You see trucks going down roads that, like, what are you doing down this road? So Sean Duffy pushing it to where you have to be able to speak fluent English, because there's been a lot of fatalities and crashes that happens, with those that is from other countries who has invalid CDLs, falsified paperwork, and that's what I'm leading up to. Now, for my thumbnail, there was a driver, a foreign national, that was arrested and sent to jail. For what? Off grid. I'm gonna tell you for what. Because he did not have proper documentation as far as, matter of fact, he didn't have none. He had to have a BOL. I'm gonna show y'all what a BOL look like, for those who don't know. This don't have my address or nothing on it. It just it's just a plain BOL. This is a BOL, if y'all can see it. So this BOL, this is a BOL. Okay? BOL tells what you picking up, the shipper, where you picking up at. EJ, yo, what's good, my brother? What's good with you? 10-4 crew in the building. You said GPS is not reliable. Yeah, absolutely, my Renaissance. Absolutely. GPS are not reliable. You may have to pull out an old-fashioned map book. You know what I mean? And you might have to do that in the drop of a dime. You don't know when the GPS is going to go out on your phone, may die. And then what? You seen drivers, and I'm getting off topic a little bit, but you seen drivers pulled over, not even on the medium, in the berm. They pulled over, now, on the side of the road, on the freeway. They stopped right there in the intersection. Yeah, they stopped right there. So, anyway, that's your BOL. The BOL will tell you where you're picking up your shipper, the name of the shipper, the receiver. It gives numbers on it as far as the quantity, what all you have in your truck or on your trailer. That's the documentation, that the reason why this driver got arrested at the chicken coop. If those don't know what the chicken coop is known as the weight station. That's old school driver terminology. For you new drivers, when you hear old drivers say the chicken coop is closed on the CB, that's what it means. When they say the rooster is out, a lot of times that's the county bounty. I mean, that's the state troopers. So there's different terminology, but a lot of y'all don't run CBs no more. Y'all don't run CBs no more. These trucking companies, I'm watching the trucker back up right now. Trucking companies don't teach y'all how to back up, and that's why that driver got arrested, not because he didn't know how to back up, because he didn't have no documentation. I mean, he could be running anything out of there, explosives, anything. Then on top of they cracking down, like I said, like in Oklahoma, they cracking down. So for those of my foreign truck drivers who can't speak, because they got a test that they have to take now. It's a test that you got to take to see if you able to recognize, how you be able to speak English fluently, know road signs and all of these and much more. I don't know exactly what it is because it may be different in each state. So on there, I'm gonna say for those that that don't understand nor speak fluent English, y'all might gotta find another job, because what I hear and what I see, they ain't playing. They're not playing at all. And a lot of these truck drivers, they still want to take the chances. They want to run. Guess what? And those truck companies that's hiring these truck drivers, because they got CDLs and they want to save on their money, but I don't know what kind of insurance that they got. But for them to just, the insurance company just to pick up somebody, you know, so now, look, check this out. I'm gonna show y'all, I picked up a load. You know, the broker called me and asked me, do I speak English? I'm from America. Am I from America? Am I an American citizen? And when I went there and I asked them, they said they wouldn't even accept the load, or no, accept me picking up, delivering the load. No, delivering the load. Even though if I may picked up a load, as far as me delivering the load, they wouldn't even accept me delivering the load. They wanted me to be a United States citizen with valid driver's license, and guess what? You can't even have dual citizenship. They ain't even allow you to have dual citizenship. So from now on, a lot of these companies, see what it was, y'all. You seen a lot of FedEx tipped over one side, boom, tipped over one side. Why? Because they third partying. What I mean by third partying, let me give you a little clarity on it. Third party and booking. So, say if I'm the company, a broker. Say if I'm a broker. Okay, I put out there on the load board this freight, picking up, going here, there, whatever, whatnot. So somebody for $1.50, maybe $2 a mile, right? So somebody will get it, and then they will broker that off to another company. That company will get it and broker off to another company to drive it, to transport it. So they either do double brokering or triple brokering, and by that time the original broker thought it went through this one company, but yeah, went through two other companies. You know what I mean? But then those who take it, these brokers will let the load go for the lowest. So if I'm this load going for $1.50 a mile, they're going to give it to somebody that's willing to take it for maybe $1. So that broker is making $50 cents a mile, but yet this load got to go 2,000 miles, 700 miles. It's about 50 cents a mile. So that driver, that broker, maybe make it about, say, $500. $500. So he really don't care. The broker really don't care. Because now this broker got 10, 15, 20 loads out there, and he's getting 50 cents off of each load, each truck that's delivering. He's racking up. But they're not taking into consideration that, you know, who's delivering, who's driving these loads. So now what these brokers is doing, they making sure that you, a United States citizen, is driving, because now the law has been handed down that you got to be a U.S. citizen. If not, you take the risk of going to jail, paying a fine, having the truck impounded. So now the truck is at the rest area, shut down. They're going to put you out of service. So those that's listening that cannot speak fluent or write fluently in English, this is what's going to happen. Those who got trucking companies, this is what's going to happen to your company. Now, your safety score trucking companies, now that's what brokers look at when they go to book your load. So now you got so many out of service, so many non-compliances, so many this, so many that. So your CFR score is going to drop, and keep dropping down. And now that's telling brokers, you may not want to mess with this company. So they're going to go on to the next company. Or they're going to offer you a rate that's so low. Or they're going to send you into so many hoops that you're going to want to take the load anyway. That's how it's going to go down. So now, on top of that, now the truck is out of service. Imagine it's a reefer unit. Reefer unit means it's a refrigerator unit. They got cold, like ice cream and all these things that are supposed to go in the freezer. It's sitting at the waste area. And these things only last so long on a tank of diesel. They got a little tank on it, separate from the tanks that's on the tractors. If one come through here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's none sitting in front of me at the moment. So imagine this reefer gonna have to be running the whole time. Normally they put you at a service, it's 10 hours or a fix-it ticket. Either they're gonna call somebody, you call somebody out there to get whatever the issue done to the truck. If it's too heavy, they gotta bring a forklift service out there to offload it while you're at the rest area. So in this case, they're gonna tow the truck and possibly tow the trailer. So now you're gonna have to pay, or the company gonna have to pay. It's an insurance claim that's gonna go out on the company. Man, it's a whole lot. So a lot of these brokers now are asking these questions. Are you a U.S. citizen? Can you prove it? So they got to put tracking. They're gonna start putting tracking devices. All of that. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. Who was it? Arkansas governor just passed a law, I think last week, to where now it's a law in Arkansas. And gonna be in Oklahoma, next probably Ohio. So y'all know or have or are truckers and you don't speak fluent English, or you got a trucking company, share this video. Send this video to a lot of owner operators that may be looking to employ truck drivers. Make sure that they speak English. You may gotta see birth certificates, social security card, running social security numbers, all of this. Whatever you got to do, because you know what, your company is in jeopardy. Your company is in jeopardy if you don't take these extra precautions. Yes. So what y'all think? Leave it in the comment. You think this is going to raise? It's going to raise the freight prices. We're going to be able to get good loads now, more expensive loads. But guess what, too? There's a lot of companies there, and I seen on a network. I ain't gonna mention the network name, but I seen it on the network. Only thing I do is research it, like I did. They said that they're closing their doors because a lot of these trucking companies. I'll give y'all a little tip. A lot of these trucking companies, they lease and rent their trucks. They rent and lease they trucks. So the only way that they able to stay moving and floating is by hiring drivers that would take, for example, say if I'm making 30% per load, or a person's making, what's the going rate? 65-70 cents, right? A mile. They're gonna hire somebody that have CDLs that maybe from another country or something like that. They may give them 40 cents a mile, or they may give them 25% of the load. Because this is the only way. And they run them. They run them. They will run them. They will run these drivers, especially if you mileage. They'll run you. Then they'll falsify the e-logs. They'll manipulate the clocks and all of that stuff. And these drivers gonna stay up like 10, 11 hours. They moving. Talking to the grid. Yes, sir, EJ. We gotta talk to them. Man. I'm talking to them nicely. Talking to them nicely, man. But they gotta pay attention, write some of this stuff down, spread the word, spread the news to those that's truck drivers that they know, those that's owner operators that they know that's trying to employ drivers. But these companies, they will run these drivers. But guess what? If they try to hire American drivers, I'm gonna give y'all something. I'm gonna put y'all on game. I'm gonna put y'all up on game. So y'all pay attention. You stay with me. So I'm gonna give you something. It's gonna be well worth the wait. Okay. So when these companies hire or lose by this law that's in effect now. It's actually law, right? So by these companies that's leasing these trucks, and if they are not able to pay the truck, company's gonna go belly up. And the only way that they surviving is paying and running these foreign drivers. That's why even sometimes when I was doing mileage. I'm not doing mileage now. I switched the game up. Switching the game up on them, man. You know, I told y'all I was gonna do something different, right? I'll tell y'all about that another time. Y'all just remind me, okay? So a lot of these companies, only way they're gonna survive in business if they run these foreign drivers, if they run them. And a lot of times when I had to run, there was a deadline I had to meet. I had to be there at a certain time, you know, to check in. If you're not there soon enough, you know, you may have to wait. You may have to wait until the next day because they got to reschedule you in. But a lot of these drivers, they get, you know, they running up against the clock. They running up against the clock. And they looking at that clock and they say, man, I got a deadline I got to meet. In order for them to get the pay, they got to meet that deadline. And they running, and they got them running. Zoom, 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 zoom. Like they was on something. And these drivers, when you're running hard like that, you know, it could be driver's fatigue, you know, lack of rest. You know, when you don't get rest, you don't think right. You don't make the right decisions at times. You may hallucinate and thinking there's something running across, a deer jumping in your headlights, and you swerving out the way. But when you swerve, you're gonna flip the trailer over. Boom. That's why you see a lot of trailers laying on their sides. Either do weather condition or someone do a hard jerk and that trailer's heavy back there, going around the curve too fast, trying to rush. A lot of these things, you know, a lot of people don't take into account. A lot of these schools don't even teach that because why? It's on-hand experience. You got to be out here in these highways and byways to experience these things. They don't teach you this in school. They teach you the basics. Back, this up. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But this is the only way a lot of these companies able to survive is on these rental trucks and trailers. They go to Penske and these other companies, and they leasing these trucks. They leasing them. But guess what? When they start getting rid of these foreigners, you know, and I'm gonna put it like that. You know, like I said, I'm not racist. I'm not discriminating. I don't care where you're from, as long as you're coming to the country, legit. Same way I have to if I go abroad. I have to come in here. I have to go in there legit. I'm gonna have to know the language and all of that. And if you're not in here legitimately, then you're in here illegitimately, and you know what? It's a crime. And I'm not condoning any type of criminal activity. No, I'm not gonna speak that upon my channel. If you come in here wrong, you're wrong. Come in here right. You know what I mean? And make it happen. Like I said, they come in here with false visas and overstaying their visas and overstaying their passport. You know what I mean? And you know, they stay, they welcome, what the old folk used to say. You know what I mean? Don't wear your welcome out. And a lot of times this is what they do. You know what I mean? They wear their welcome out or whatnot. So, in saying all of that, you have to make sure that you're right. A lot of these companies, you say they're shutting down, it says a driver shortage. There's no driver shortage. There's shortage of pay. The pay is short. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't speak fluent English, you may got to find another job. All right? So that's what's happening out here, y'all. That's the word. That's the news. That's now the law. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I just want to drop in and share that little information with y'all. You know, and I hope that y'all got something valuable from this message. You know, spread the word. Spread the word to the next driver. Spread the word to the next owner operator that's trying to put a driver in his truck. All right. So y'all stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated. You know what I mean? Stay focused. I'm the All Spirit Trucker. Till next time. Peace, love, shalom.